Hi guys, today we will be looking at a very unusual product from imuz. It's a Korean company and it's a small company, but they make a lot of good products and cheap products actually, and most of them are under $300. So this is a Stormbook 14 Pro, one of their most expensive laptops in there, which is about $260. And if you buy it from a Korean Amazon site, you can buy it in less than $200 right now because it's on sale. And we are going to take a look at this right now because it's a very unusual product. This is the packaging that it comes in. Let's open it up first. When you open this thing up, what you're gonna see is a mouse pad. It says Stormbook 13, but it shouldn't be Stormbook 13. That they misprinted that because it should be Stormbook 14. We have after service gift certificate, and we have some freaking manuals here. Oh, by the way, we also get an imuz sticker. That is really funny. I found it really funny. They give a sticker. Over here we have an accessory box, and on top of all this, you are gonna get this, a beautiful blue laptop. It has imuz logo right over here. And I'm gonna say some pros and cons about this thing, but from my experience, for about a month I've been using this, it has been pretty good. We're gonna take a look inside the imuz Stormbook 14 Pro now. Okay, so now we're gonna open this thing up. As you can see, we can't quite slightly open up with one hand. It's difficult, but we can still do it. If you see over here, I'm already logged in. You can see that the screen is actually beautiful. It's really beautiful. It's an IPS display, a 14-inch, and it's full HD. It's 1240 by 1080p. It's full HD, and the viewing angles on this thing is quite nice. If you can see here, it doesn't really distort anyway. If you turn it on the side, it doesn't really move and stuff like that. It's an IPS panel, so, but it's a matte display though. But it's still good. It's still fairly bright, and it's really good. If you see, I don't know if you can see over here, we have a thing called Stormbook logo on it. And when we move closer, we can see 3 LED indicators. We have a on button, on indicator here, we have caps lock, and we have a number lock. So I don't really use the number lock signal, so it doesn't really matter to me. I wish that there was a battery indicator here, but the battery indicator is somewhere else. We have 2 microphones over here. It's dual microphones, so that's good. The most disappointing thing about this is, surprisingly not the keyboard, is the touchpad. The touchpad here, it looks like glass, but it's not. It's actually made of plastic, and it just sucks. It just sucks. It's not very good. The keyboard is also not very good, but it's better than this trackpad. This thing has about a very fair amount of key travel. If you see over here, it has a very good amount of key travel. So when typing on this thing, you can't get to max speed. You have to get used to this first, and then you can go up to slightly lower than a max speed, but you can still go on a max speed with this thing. Now, let's move towards the ports. The ports over here selection is very good because it's a cheap laptop. It doesn't have a USB Type-C. However, it's very good. You have you have a micro SD card slot over here. We also have headphone and microphone combo jack. We also have USB 2.0 jack over here, 2.0, not 3.0. And if you move to the other side, you can see we have a power on button, and there's our light indicator. And we have USB 3.0 port here, and we have an HDMI port. So the selection over here is fairly good. I won't say it's an excellent thing, but it's fairly good. It's fairly good for a cheap laptop like this. It has both USB Type 2.0, USB 3.0. It doesn't have a USB Type C, but bummer. It's a cheap laptop, so you have to deal with it. When they advertise this laptop, they advertise this as the amazing notebook that can do this crazy thing. Look at this. It can go almost 180 degrees. This is their selling point. They say this is the selling point of this notebook. It can go like this, and the reason why this is good for me is because when I use a standing desk, I can just flat out do like this and then work on this thing. So that's why this is good for me, but it won't really be a good plus for a lot of people, but still it is a good thing for people, for this thing to have. Now let's talk about all the rest of the things, rest of the good stuff. This thing has an Atom chair tail processor, clock at 2.0 gigahertz. Max speed is 2.0. So when you throttle it, it goes up to 2.0, but it won't really reach that point. It's just normally it doesn't reach that point because it gets too hot. So it's normally less than this, less than 1.5 gigahertz normally. So you won't be playing like GTA 5 on this thing. You only have 32 gigabytes of eMMC drive. It's eMMC. I repeat, eMMC, the slowest SSD you can find. One of the slowest, not the slowest, one of the slowest. It only has 4 gigabytes of DDR3L RAM, clocked at 1,333 megahertz. The slowest you can go with a DDR3L. I don't know why they went with 1,033 megahertz, because you can say cost, but it won't really cost that much to upgrade into 2,000 megahertz one. It really doesn't. So I don't know why they went up with this kind of stuff. But still, you have 4 gigabytes. Before this version, the Stormbook 14 normal one, last year I bought it. That one was crap. It had just HD version, HD screen, and it has a same Atom drive, but it had 2 gigabytes RAM, and stuff like that. However, comparing this thing to the last year model, I believe that the last year model was a bit more faster and a bit more responsive than this one. I don't know why. I don't know why that one felt more responsible, but this one over here feels less responsible. It feels less responsive than the last year's model. I don't know why. Oh my god. Sorry for that, guys. That's the trolley. Another very, very disappointing thing over here is power input. The power input cable is only 1 meter long. That's 1/3. That's 1 foot long. No, that's 1/3. Okay, that's 1 foot long. Yeah, that's 1 foot long. Sorry, that's 1 foot long. It's that short. It's 1 meter long. It's 1 foot. And it's less than 1 foot actually. Yeah, less than 1 foot. So nothing's that. But whenever I turn this thing on, this area right over here, this area gets extremely hot. This area, just this area, nowhere else. This area is the only part that gets hot. Nothing else gets hot, but this is the only part. I think that's the part where they have the CPU. I don't know, but that's the part that's always hot. So this is it, guys. This is the imuz Stormbook 14. Sorry for all the. I'm using my cell phone to. I'm using my smartphone to record this because I'm on vacation right now, and I didn't bring all of my tools, and I recently I had a chance to review this, so that is why this whole thing this whole thing looks crappy, but please understand it, and thank you guys for tuning in.